The 2026 Mazda CX-5 might look like the obvious choice. It's newer, it's got a fresh design, and on paper, it should be better. But here's the twist. Plenty of owners, reviewers, and even buyers with the budget for the latest model are walking right past it and driving home in the 2025 instead. Why? Because the 2026 quietly took away something that drivers truly value: the physical buttons and tactile controls that make every interaction effortless. Add to that a higher price tag without a dramatic leap in performance or comfort, and suddenly the old model starts looking like the real gem. Today, we're uncovering exactly why the 2025 CX-5 isn't just holding its ground. It might actually be the smarter, more satisfying buy. The 2025 Mazda CX-5 isn't just winning the value game, it's playing in an entirely different league. At a starting MSRP comfortably under $30,000, and with dealer incentives often sliding even the fully loaded signature trim into the mid-$30K range, it's the kind of deal that makes you question whether Mazda accidentally left a zero off the price tag. This is the same crossover that's been praised year after year for its near-luxury interior materials, precise steering feel, and that signature Mazda driver-first balance between comfort and agility. You're essentially getting a machine that drives like a premium European SUV, yet costs about as much as some mid-level economy crossovers. Here's where it gets interesting. Because the 2026 CX-5, for all its fresh-baked appeal, comes with the classic new model tax. You'll be paying more, getting fewer incentives, and possibly waiting longer because of early production shortages. And what exactly are you paying for? Well, you get a sleeker design, yes, but also the loss of something many drivers actually love: physical buttons. That's right, Mazda's chasing the touch control trend in the 2026, which might look modern in a press photo, but can turn into an ergonomic headache when you're adjusting climate settings at 70 miles per hour. If you're value-driven, the 2025 CX-5 is the sweet spot where driving joy, practicality, and financial sanity intersect. You're buying into a proven platform with bugs already ironed out and without paying extra just to be a beta tester for next year's design decisions. In other words, the 2025 CX-5 isn't just a good buy, it's the automotive equivalent of ordering the chef's special before the restaurant goes all experimental fusion next season. And trust me, your wallet and your fingertips will thank you. Here's the thing most people don't realize until they've lived with it. Physical controls aren't just a nostalgic nod to the past, they're a genuine safety and usability advantage. In the 2025 Mazda CX-5, you still get proper, tactile knobs and buttons for the stuff you actually use every day: volume, climate control, heated seats. You can make adjustments without even looking down. Your muscle memory doing the work, while your eyes stay on the road where they belong.
Now compare that to the 2026 CX-5's sleek, tech-forward 15.6-inch touchscreen. Sure, it looks great in a showroom under perfect lighting, but in the real world, when you're crawling through rush hour traffic or trying to merge onto the freeway, you don't want to be digging through menus just to turn the fan down or bump the cabin temperature up 2 degrees. That split second of distraction is exactly why so many seasoned drivers and even luxury brands are doubling back to reintroduce physical controls. Mazda in 2025 still got it right. They gave you an interface that works in real life, not just in a marketing brochure. And when you're behind the wheel, juggling traffic, Spotify, and coffee, those buttons aren't just convenient, they're your best friend, your co-pilot, and the reason you're not cursing at a screen when all you wanted was a little more heat on a cold morning. Mazda has always approached the CX-5 with one core philosophy: a crossover should still make you smile when you drive it. The 2025 model nails that balance of precision and playfulness. The steering feels light yet connected, the chassis stays composed without being stiff, and the way it tucks into a corner makes you forget you're in a family-friendly SUV. There's a sense of immediacy. Turn the wheel, the car responds. Press the throttle, it answers with just the right amount of urgency. It's that Mazda magic enthusiasts talk about, and it's not just marketing fluff. You feel it every time you merge, weave, or take the scenic route home. The 2026, with its bigger footprint and bulkier body, brings more interior space and presence, but that comes at the expense of some of that nimble, athletic edge. It's more composed than it is lively, more cruiser than canyon carver. For plenty of buyers, that's fine. But if you're the type who values feedback through the wheel, a chassis that talks to you, and the rewarding rhythm of a well-balanced crossover, the 2025 still delivers the kind of driving character that turns an errand into an excuse for one more lap around the block. The 2025 Mazda CX-5 lineup gives you the kind of choice that feels like it was built by people who actually understand different drivers' priorities. The standard 2.5-liter naturally aspirated engine is smooth, predictable, and efficient, perfect for commuters who want a crossover that quietly gets the job done without drama. Step up to the turbocharged version in the premium or carbon turbo trims, and the CX-5 takes on a whole new personality. With up to 256 horsepower on premium fuel, it delivers the kind of punch that makes on-ramps fun again, and passing on a two-lane road feel effortless. The carbon turbo in particular blends performance and style in a way that feels like it's a secret upgrade. Sportier brakes for better stopping confidence, and unique exterior touches that set it apart without screaming for attention. What's more, these engines and transmissions are tried and true. They've been on the road for years, earning a reputation for reliability and predictability that you simply can't verify yet with an all-new 2026 redesign. Parts are easy to get, mechanics already know the quirks, and there's no mystery about how they'll age. It's the kind of proven confidence that makes buying a 2025 not just a safe choice, but a smart one. When you look closely at the ownership experience of the Mazda CX-5, the 2025 model pulls noticeably ahead, especially when you compare it both to newer competitors like the Hyundai Tucson and to its own redesign, the 2026 model.
First, think about availability and pricing. The 2025 CX-5 is widely available at dealerships across the US, and dealers are offering meaningful incentives, especially on top-tier trims. That means you're breaking down the barrier to entry more easily. Rather than waiting for allocation on a brand new model, you can drive home today with better pricing and favorable financing. If you're comparing with a Tucson, the 2025 CX-5 often comes out ahead because Hyundai's incentives tend to be smaller, and residual values for Mazda align more favorably, meaning you pay less over time. And when you stack it up against the 2026 CX-5, you're battling the usual new car tax. The 2026 commands higher sticker prices, fewer concessions, and slower dealer willingness to negotiate. Then there's the inside story on long-term peace of mind. The 2025 CX-5 is a well-vetted platform with years of real-world ownership data. Independent shops know the engine quirks, transmission behavior, and sensor calibrations. Parts are stocked everywhere, and owner forums and repair guides are rich with first-hand solutions. In contrast, the 2026, being brand new, has a learning curve. Technicians are still catching up, diagnostic speeds are slower, and parts may not land at your local parts store for months. Even the Hyundai Tucson, with its strong dealer network, doesn't match the CX-5's sweet spot of remaining fresh while still being trusted and widely supported. Insurance and financing are also friendlier on the 2025. Because it's an outgoing but still highly rated model, insurers often lower premiums based on proven safety ratings and lower repair costs. Lenders likewise price loans more favorably on a used or outgoing model than on a newly unveiled redesign. Compare that to the 2026 CX-5. New model risks push both premiums and interest upward. Finally, consider accessories and personalization. Want a custom cargo liner, upgraded all-season floor mats, or a roof rack that fits perfectly? The 2025 parts are already out there in abundance. Even performance and styling packages from enthusiast shops are ready to bolt on. The Hyundai Tucson at similar model year levels offers fewer aftermarket options simply because its enthusiast base isn't as established. As for the 2026 Mazda, that ecosystem is still forming. The real practical day-to-day benefits of accessories like seat covers or weather guards aren't there yet. Put it all together: lower acquisition cost, smoother financing, proven reliability, expert service, widely available parts, and a flourishing aftermarket, and the 2025 Mazda CX-5 gives you a level of daily practicality and peace of mind that both the rivals and the new redesign struggle to match. For buyers who value real-world usability just as much as showroom new design, the 2025 doesn't just hold its ground, it wins outright. But here's the trade-off. In chasing that sleek, screen-dominated aesthetic, Mazda has stripped away many of the physical knobs and buttons that make the 2025 such a joy to use in real-world driving. That means tasks like changing climate settings or adjusting the volume require more taps and more eyes-off-the-road moments. Add in the typical new model premium and potentially slimmer discounts, and the decision becomes less about better and more about whether you're willing to swap tactile ease and familiar driving feel for space, tech, and style. For some, the 2026's upgrades will be worth every penny. For others, it's a compromise that quietly sends them back to the 2025 lot with a smile and more money in their pocket. If you strip away the marketing buzz and focus on what truly matters in day-to-day ownership, the 2025 Mazda CX-5 stands out as the clear-headed choice. It's the rare combination of affordability, refinement, and real-world usability that's getting harder to find in today's crossover market. The tactile controls keep you connected and in command without the learning curve or distractions of a screen-heavy cabin. The driving experience is engaging yet comfortable, delivering that unmistakable Mazda balance between responsiveness and ride quality. And with proven powertrains, strong reliability, and a service network that already knows this model inside and out, ownership is refreshingly predictable and low stress. Sure, the 2026 brings extra space, a tech-heavy interior, and a fresh look, but it also comes with a higher price, steeper depreciation, and compromises in usability. For many US buyers, those trade-offs simply aren't worth it right now. If your goal is to get the most car for your money, avoid first-year redesign quirks, and keep driving enjoyment alive, the 2025 CX-5 isn't just the safe bet, it's the one you'll thank yourself for choosing every time you get behind the wheel. And if you want more expert insights, first drives, and head-to-head comparisons that cut through the hype, make sure to subscribe to Car Today Reviews. Hit that bell so you don't miss our next in-depth breakdown. Your front row seat to the smartest car buying decisions starts here.